Funk, and welcome back to another Let's Play. This is Runescape Old School, the 2018 Halloween holiday event. Message of the week: Happy Halloween! Help Eric at the chapel near Remington. Yeah, so I'm going to go find that on the map. Scroll down. Move, map, move. Shrinky, shrinky. And there's our holiday event icon highlighted, so you can see where it's at. Zoom in so you can see it better. It's highlighted again. There we go. So it's right next to that chapel near Port Sarum, between Port Sarum and Remington. You might want to have some teleportation runes on you just to get places faster. It's not impossible to be done without them. You can just walk there or use the log ride thingies. Here we are. So click on Eric, talk to him. And he says, "Good day, I wonder, might you be available to do me a favor? I need something wonderful planned, but I'm going to need help getting things into place." And go ahead and continue with that. Tell me more about what you're planning. I'm planning a Halloween treat for my niece, nephew, and the crypt of this church would be the perfect setting. I just need help preparing my show. It won't be hard work, I assure you. So then go ahead and click All right, I'll help. That's jolly decent of you, young lady. So what do you need me to do? It's Halloween, so do you need something scary or dangerous? Goodness, no, I'm hardly the sort of chap who'd, I don't know, force you to explore a haunted house or make you fight serial killers. Oh, I was hoping for that sort of thing. I can't imagine where you'd get these ideas, but my Halloween treat must be entirely child-friendly, so let's keep all the danger well off the metaphorical table. I see. Now, the crypt is locked, but my old friend Ernie should have the key. He lives in Lumbridge Swamp east of Port Sarum in a little wooden house. He's a priest, so he calls him Father Ernie. So I think I'm just gonna... I'll be back in a bit. Teleport out. It's closer to Lumbridge, so teleport to Lumbridge. Or walk there. Walk to the location where my arrow was pointing just a minute ago. Yeah, so where the arrow was just at that location. Try to get to that location. And You can home teleport if it's available, or you can Lumbridge teleport it if you have the runes for it and the skill for it. If not, just walk over there. It just takes a little longer. I actually wasn't entirely sure what I was doing when I started doing this quest, so I headed to the shack that is actually east of the shack that you're supposed to head to. That's not the one you're supposed to visit. You're supposed to visit the one that's closest to... Yeah, so I tried to open the trapdoor, and it didn't work because I didn't have the key yet. Have you got the key from Ernie yet? No? Oh dear, I hope this isn't too difficult for you. The priest, Father Ernie, lives in the Lumbridge swamp east of Port Sarum in a little wooden house. Please ask him for the crypt key. So yeah, don't go to where it says map link. That's the other shack. And then when you go walk on inside, click talk to Father Ernie. Go away, I'm meditating. Click Eric sent me to fetch a crypt key from you. Eric? What does that fool want with my crypt key? It opens the Remington Church crypt, but there's nothing in there Eric would want. He's planning a Halloween treat for his niece and nephew, and he thinks the crypt would be a perfect setting for it. This sounds like a terrible plan. That's not good to hear. I grew up with Eric. He's the most boring man in Gillianor. After a Halloween treat from Eric, the only screams you'll get from those children will be cries of boredom. What's his plan? He hasn't told me the details yet. Something tedious, I'll bet. There isn't even anything spooky in the crypt. No ghosts, just the bodies of some long-dead aristocrats resting in Sir Doman's peace. They were boring, too. Anyway, you can have the key. I swear the secluded life of a hermit is more interesting than the life of a... And then you might want to teleport to Falador or just walk to the location. And talk to Eric again. How are you getting on with that key? You proudly show Eric the key. Jolly good. Now unlock the crypt so we can take a look inside. The trap door is by the altar. So you want to open the trap door, go down the ladder. There will be a cutscene here. This is marvelous. It's exactly what I need. With some decorations, these rooms shall be. Click to continue. The Chambers of Varric. Yeah, that was the cutscene. Very short cutscene. Then you'll want to turn the screen around with your arrows. Search one of the crates for a tinderbox if you don't already have one. And then rotate the camera around so you can talk to Eric again. This place is very promising, but it needs more atmosphere. Do you know what I mean? Something to make the children remember my Halloween treat forever. What are you asking me to do? Let's start with a bit of atmospheric lighting. I need some candles on the wall in the southern chamber. Be a good lass and light them for me, will you? A tinderbox ought to do it. And I already got my tinderbox, so I'm just gonna head in that direction. Click to continue. You want me to light some candles? Great. And then there's 4 candles, so you'll need to light all 4 of them. There's one each on the east and western wall, and then I believe there's 2 on the south wall. Yeah, so you'll need to light all 4 of those. And then go talk to Eric again. Thank you for lighting the candles. The chamber is looking better already. What do you need now? People always say I'm boring, you know. I do try to be interesting. I even collect anecdotes to tell at parties. But they still call me boring. My sister thinks her children will hate my Halloween treat. Click to continue. Well, after this year, when I've amazed my niece and nephew with the best Halloween treat ever, no one will call me boring again. But I need these chambers to be more atmospheric first. We need bloodstains on the walls. Can you go to the farm south of Valador? They slaughter their own livestock, and I'm sure the shopkeeper there will be able to supply some cow blood. Click to continue. You want cow blood to entertain children? Are you sure that's a good idea? Don't worry, it's perfectly safe. They won't actually be touching it. I'm just going to splash it on the walls of the outer chamber for atmosphere, you know. The farm south of Falador should have plenty of cow blood from their slaughtering work. So then head over there where my mouse is pointing. Not the dairy cow. Go into like where it says the farming shop. There's a lady there you need to talk to. Can't remember her name, but she's gonna show up in a minute. You can walk there, or you can teleport to Falador and walk in the other direction. Okay, here we are. Talk to Sarah. Click on Sarah. Hello, how can I help you? Click on have you any cow blood for decoration? You want blood for decoration? Isn't that totally disgusting? Don't people just usually make with red dye or something? The man who sent me was very specific. He said you'd have plenty from the slaughtering work you do here. Well, yes, we don't just grow crops here. Whatever most of our visitors seem to think, we have cow blood. So can I have some, please? I hope you'll definitely only use it for decoration. I've heard of adventurers doing all sorts of sick things with blood, like pouring it on their weapons or potions. This isn't for that. Understood? Sarah grudgingly gives you some cow blood. Which incidentally looks quite a bit like the red dye. I don't want to talk about it ever again. Yeah, it looks almost exactly like the red dye container. And then you'll probably want to walk back or run. That's faster. Oh, you might want some energy potions so you can get there quicker. I mean, I didn't use energy potion, but if you have it, it can help you get it done quicker. And then you'll want to go talk to Eric again. Who is downstairs in the church in the crypt. So climb down the trap door. Ah, good, you're back. Give me the cow blood so I can decorate this chamber. You show Eric the bottle of cow blood. And, ugh. It's still too barren and featureless. People say that about me too sometimes. So let's put a centerpiece in this outer chamber. Go to Remington and Hetty will lend us her spell cauldron. When you have it, fill it with water and cabbages so it looks like a bubbling green witch's brew. And you can get all of that near Hetty's. You're going to serve cabbage soup? That's an interesting Halloween treat. I want a bubbling green witch's brew. A cauldron of foul-smelling green water will have to do. Now off you go to Hetty in Remington. And it's actually not that far to walk to Remington. But you can run there if you want to get there faster. And Hetty's in that little building that has a cook stove over it. Or, I guess the one next to it. Those are actually Eric's sister and husband. In the building right next to door to where the cauldron is. So talk to Hetty. How's your magic coming along? Click to continue. Can Eric borrow your spare cauldron, please? Eric? I've met that man. What would he do with a witch's cauldron? He's got all the magical aptitude of a level 3 skiller, but with less charisma. He said he was organizing a Halloween treat for some children, and he's got me decorating the local church crypt for it. I think I know the children he means. They'll be bored to tears. Next year maybe I should send them trick-or-treating rather than leaving them for Eric to entertain. Anyway, yes, you can borrow my cauldron if he thinks he can make his Halloween treat better. It can't hurt. Hetty gives you her spare cauldron. Thank you. I didn't do this at first, but you'll want to go fill it with water and then put 2 cabbages in it. There is a well, you just need to go to get a bucket from the general store, which is like right next door to it. So you can kind of skip a couple minutes. Or seconds. Because if you go there and tell him you have the cauldron, but it has, Hetty lent us a cauldron. Excellent. As you can see, I've prepared a fire pit on which we can put it. Let's have a look now. No, that's not right. I asked you to fill the cauldron with water and cabbages. This has to look atmospheric, remember? So head back if you haven't already filled it with water and 2 cabbages. And where that little water icon in the center of town is, you can fill a bucket there. Use the general store if you don't already have a bucket. Talk to Files, or no, the shop assistant, sorry. Trade the shop assistant. Get 1 bucket, which is just like 3 coins or something. Then you fill the bucket with water in the well. And use the bucket to fill the cauldron. Then you'll want to go to the cabbage patch, which is just a little ways north of there. Whoops, wrong direction. I headed in the direction of Melzar's maze. Okay, there's the cabbage patch where you want to be heading. And then you want to pick 2 cabbages, and just so you don't accidentally eat it once it's in your inventory, you're gonna wanna yeah, because I accidentally ate it. You're gonna wanna right click, I believe. The mouse button you don't normally use. So you can click use cabbage with cauldron. And it tells you Eric wants it to look very green. 2 cabbages would be better than 1, so you pick another one. Use cabbage with cauldron. And that's pretty much all the cabbages you need to use. So head back. Head back to the crypt. And once you get back to the crypt, talk to Eric again. who is again downstairs. So climb down the trapdoor. Hetty lent us a cauldron. Click to continue. Excellent. As you can see, I've prepared a fire pit on which to put it. You show Eric the cauldron filled with water and cabbages. That looks very promising, but it would look better if it were cooking. I've prepared a fire pit under the cauldron. Please light it. And then we can have warm cabbage soup. That's not the point of my Halloween treat. So you're gonna take your tinder box and light the fire under, or the thing underneath, and it'll start to look like it's bubbling. Then I believe talk to Eric again. Yes. I think the crypt still looks too clean and sanitized. People used to say the same about me. That's why I grew this mustache. We need more decorations in here. There ought to be cobwebs on the walls. Why would there be cobwebs with no spiders in here? It would feel more atmospheric if there were cobwebs, so let's get some. As for being no spiders here, I saw some in the graveyard outside. Go and fetch one and release it in here. That'll get us some cobwebs. I think spiders work quite fast, don't they? You want a spider? I'll get a spider. And there's like 3 spiders over there. I ended up killing the first one because it would only let me attack it, but I was able to click talk to spider afterwards, so maybe you have to attack it first, I don't know. And they're only a level 1 monster, so they should be pretty easy to kill. See there, it said talk to spider. Hello up there. Hello, it's handy that you can understand me. Oh, we spiders understand humans very well. We've been around you for years. Wherever you live, there's probably a whole colony of us, even if you've not seen us. Oh. Oh yes, usually in a cupboard or attic or toilet where we won't disturb anyone much. Also, we like to crawl in your beds while you're sleeping just for the warmth. If you ever feel a tickle on your face at night, that just means one of us got lost taking a stroll. Eek! Eek! That's a good sound. Maybe I'll call myself that. Anyway, what brings you to talk to me? I don't get to talk to humans much. Can I take you into the church crypt? There's a man in there who wants a lot of cobwebs. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Yes, I'll come. So pick up Eek and take him to the crypt. And then climb down the trap door. Talk to Eric again. Have you got the spider? Click to continue. Yes, I've got one here. She seems up for making cobwebs for us. Oh, apparently Eek is a she. Very well, release her and... Exciting! Release Eek. Eek scurries around the crypt, spinning webs as fast as she can. Click to continue. Talk to Eric again. That spider was jolly obliging. I think we're nearly there now. Aw, but I'm having such fun fetching things. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure you'll have many more adventures yet, fetching things for other people. But I have another idea as for how to decorate the chambers. We should hang skeletons from those wall fastenings. That would look terrifying. How do you plan to make skeletons? This should be easy. There ought to be some skeletons in the coffins there. Be a good lass and get them hung up, please. Click to continue. Hang up corpses? That's appalling. Look here, young lady. All my life people have seen me as boring and unimaginative. This is my one chance to prove that I can do something truly exciting. The dead aren't going to mind. They're dead. But they can still help me now if you'll just hang them up on the wall like puppets. So you click open the coffin and search the coffin. There's 4 of them. Respectfully and gently borrow the corpse. And then you have to search the other 3 coffins. And then you click use dead person on one of those little golden bracket thingies that look yellow. And you do the same thing with the other 4. And there is 2 on the southern wall in this chamber and 1 on the east and western wall. Then click talk to Eric again. Those skeletons look wonderful on the walls. The smell is good for the ambience, too. The children are going to remember this for the rest of their lives. I clicked yes. Should I find them a therapist now? Don't be silly. I'd never hurt my dear niece and nephew. Children love a spooky thrill at Halloween, and this will be the best one ever. I'm sure they'll love it. I'm going to tell the children a scary story, but it won't look very atmospheric, so if I'm going to be standing from my notebook. So I've got a better plan. I need a properly imposing lectern to read from. Go out to the church and fetch the lectern, and bring it to me, please. So click take the lectern, which is on the south side of the church. Hey, I'm in the southern chamber now. If you're looking for me, this is where I'll want to set up the lectern. Have you brought the lectern down from the church? You show Eric the lectern. Excellent. That will do very nicely. Thank you for the lectern. It's perfect. Now that brings us to the matter of the scary story I'll be telling the children. Do you want me to fetch a scary book or something? Oh no, there'll be no need for that. Everything we need for the story is right here between you and me. Go on. I just need a little help working on it. I've worked out the beginning and I've got lots of ideas, but I think it would benefit from your advice. Isn't the story of the point of the Halloween treat? It's about the experience, the adventure. That's why we've put all this effort into getting the Crypt's atmosphere perfect for the children. What if the kids care about lore, not graphics? I pretty much just clicked on all of them in order. But at the very bottom it says, so how do I help you write a story? You can click on that one. Appearances matter, young lady. Even if my Halloween treat had the best story ever, and you'll be helping me write it, the children would be disappointed if the decorating looks shoddy. What if the kids care about rewards, not graphics? Their mother did request that I should just buy them candy instead of trying to make an elaborate Halloween treat for them. They like being given sweets. I think they sell them on to their friends. In fact, this whole business would have been less work if I just sent the children round the neighborhood shouting trick or treat. Maybe next year we'll do that. What if the kids care about gameplay, not graphics? I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean. My Halloween treat isn't interactive. Maybe you've let your mind wander onto some other topic. So how do I help you write a story? I'll show you what I've got so far and how I thought it might proceed. Once upon a time, there lived a boy called Derek. On his 13th birthday, Derek received an unexpected parcel in the post. The address was very strange, almost like someone had written it in blood. He took the parcel up to his bedroom to open it, away from his parents. Up there he shook the parcel and heard a sound. Click on childish giggling. He opened the parcel and out fell a toy doll. But in the night, as he tried to sleep, he heard a sound. It was something moving in the cupboard. Derek got out of bed and went to the cupboard. He flung the door open and found it says dry rot in the floorboards, but I think you're supposed to click on toys. Are you sure that's scary? I'd like to reconsider that. Yeah, so click on his toys. His toys, because that's what he kept what he kept in his toy cupboard. Nothing seemed out of place, so Derek shut the cupboard and went back to bed. But suddenly the cupboard door opened and something stepped out. It was the doll coming to life. Derek froze as the figure glided towards him, getting closer and closer, and in the morning, Derek was never seen again. So click on Derek was never seen again. And there's a creepy skull laughing. Ha ha ha, the end. Click the end. The story is excellent. However, I want the children to see me reading from an awe-inspiring ancient tome. My notebook doesn't... Are you asking me to fetch you an old book now? Gosh, you must love fetching things. But no, I bought one from a traveling antiques merchant in Lumbridge. It will look incredible on the lectern. I can hide my notebook inside it. Click to continue. Eric produces a creepy-looking old book and places it on the lectern. He hides his notebook inside it. The decorations are now complete, and my Halloween treat is completely ready. But now I must prepare. Tonight I am not boring old Uncle Eric. I am the teller of stories. I am the weaver of fantasies. I am the master of the chambers of Eric. Click to continue. How will you get yourself into character? It is not enough for me to just read the words of the story. I must perform it. I must bring it to life, so that the children are completely immersed in the drama. First, I must immerse myself in the atmosphere of the chambers and in the spirit of the story, and warm up my voice. Once upon a time, there lived a boy called Derek. What should I do while you're doing that? Oh, did you say people called you boring? What? Sorry, I was lost in the call of the muse. Yes, people have called me boring all my life. Thanks to your help, that will change tonight when the children see. Actually, rather than distracting me, there's one last thing you need to do. Oh, yes? Next door to Hetty's house in Remington, you'll find my sister Anja and her husband Angel. Bring their 2 children here and ready for my Halloween treat. So head back to Remington. And then click on Hengel or Gengel. Eric asked me to collect your children for his Halloween treat. What is this treat? Eric wouldn't tell us anything about it, but he seemed very excited. At least excited compared to how he normally is. Excitement isn't Eric's thing. He's decorated the nearby church crypt and he's going to read the children a story down there, a scary one. An evening in a decorated church basement, listening to Eric's telling stories. That sounds like Eric's idea of a party, all right. Click to continue. Poor old Eric, he always tries so hard. Yes, off you go. Anja and I will have some dinner ready for them when they get back. Don't wanna go. Was never seen again. The end. No, I still don't feel immersed in the atmosphere. Maybe the story isn't good enough. So this is kind of like a little cutscene, sort of. Why did I write about a doll? Toys are fun, but not scary. I should have written about evil gods and demons. Those are much better lore. Maybe this antique book will have some better stories in it. I'm sure it mentions demons. The Rituals of Dragath Nirn. That sounds more exciting than a doll. And then he starts speaking some foreign language. Well, I don't know what that means, but it sounds jolly scary. Let's see how this story goes. And here's a cutscene where oh dear, he accidentally brings skeletons to life and he conjures a demon named Fear. Click to continue. He runs, that's part of the cutscene. Eric's just down that trapdoor there. Sorry? Wait, don't go in there. Something terrible has happened. We need to talk urgently. So go talk to Eric. Outside. This is terrible. I was just trying to get into the Halloween mood reading something scary from that antique book of rituals, and suddenly the crypt shook and that thing appeared. Sounds like your ritual summoned the thing. Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. I think it is, you know. I must have performed a ritual that summoned the thing. I was only looking into the book for a more spooky story to replace the one I rewrote. So now you need to get me to save the children from the thing you summoned. Ernie will know what to do, I'm sure, but he'll need to know what the thing is. Please go down and find out what you can, then tell Ernie about it. Why don't you go? Surely you've seen it. Well, yes, I saw it, but I was terrified. I couldn't even begin to describe it, and there's no way I'm going back in that crypt. Sorry, I can't. All right, I'll look at the thing and then go talk to Ernie. And then as you can see, the skeletons are walking around. They're not going to do anything to you. They just sort of make scary noises and stand around you. You click talk to Hengel and Angel, and it will tell you the children are unresponsive. Or Henja and Angel are unresponsive. Click talk to Spirit. Fear me, mortal. What have you done to the children? The iron hand of fear clutches their hearts. Their limbs are locked by the bonds of terror. The emanations of panic leak from their bowels. Who are you and why are you here? I am here because I was invited. Halloween is the season when I am venerated in spirit. But when the other mortal performed the ritual of my invocation, I became a manifest. Can you not recognize me from the terror freezing your blood, turning your guts to ice from the abject panic seizing your hindbrain from the dripping of your bladder? I am fear. I am the essence of fear itself. So click. So if you click I'm not afraid of you, he'll say I don't believe you, mortal. So just click I'll be off. How are you supposed to be fear? My appearance in this manifestation is merely a shape, and my reanimation of those skeletons is just a party trick, but my voice whispers in the minds of all living creatures. I was born in your ancestors back when they cowered from beasts in the highest trees and in the deepest caves. As your species advanced, I lived on in new forms. Today I teach you to see strangers as enemies, to clutch at the familiar in terror that your world may crumble around you. Whenever your own fear leads you to shun or maltreat a stranger, you lead them to fear in turn. Thus, my ideology spreads from mind to mind, and I reign eternal over you all. Click to continue. And then hit please, I'll be off. Again, the skeletons aren't gonna attack, they're just gonna sort of swarm around you. Have you got Ernie to help yet? The spirit in the crypt says that it is fear. Hopefully Ernie will know how to get rid of it. Yes, I hope so. Please hurry and do whatever Ernie tells you. So, you might want to teleport to Lumbridge to get there faster. So either use runes or home teleport. Or just run. And this person's asking for a tinderbox, so I was sending a trade offer, but So then I just said search. What's the username? Simpatico XW2. Inner box, please. So I just said search crates and took off. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. But like I said, it'll be faster if you Lumbridge teleport. Or home teleport. Okay, and then you'll want to walk towards the back of the castle. And towards the shack again. There's a shack on the mini-map where you need to be headed. Go inside. I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of looks like there's little green ivy climbing up the front of the building. Probably can't tell unless you're looking at a bigger screen. Go away, I'm meditating. Click on something terrible has spawned in the crypt. Could you describe it? It's sort of like a big floating head. It's making the dead walk around and it told me that it is fear. Wow, Eric actually invited the spirit of fear to his Halloween party. Perhaps he's not the boring old fool I thought he was. It's gotten the children trapped in the crypt. How do we get rid of it? Fear cannot be eradicated. Every negative memory, every suspicion, they all bring it back and amplify it. People claim the only thing to fear is fear itself, but that's nonsense. Look at all the evils of the world and you'll find plenty to fear. No, we'll have to fight fire with fire. Fight fear with fear. We need to frighten fear so much that it ends its manifestation and departs. We're going to scare fear? You'll find a costume in my crates. Wear it and dance in front of the fear spirit. That'll scare the living daylights out of anything. I seldom wear it now. I'm a hermit, so you can keep it. So click on the crate in the, let's see, the northeastern corner. Or wait. Oh, yeah. The northeastern corner, but it's the smaller one. You search the crate and find a handy costume. And it's a clown costume, so there's a... But it says Ernie didn't give you that for just rescuing the children from the crypt. Try using it nearer there. Or Ernie didn't give you that just for fun. It's for rescuing the children from the church crypt. Try using it there. So you'll have to walk there first. Or, I guess, teleport to Falador and then walk there. So head back to the crypt. What am I singing? Not that great at it. Although apparently my foreign accent syndrome kicking in amuses people. I like the joke someone told the other day. It was, "My phone is dying, so have a good life." Or something like that. Speaking of which, I need to plug in my laptop. And we're almost back to the holiday event start. So, walk past the churchyard, graveyard, go into the church, down into the crypt. Put on the costume first, though. Talk to Father Ernie. Have you got rid of the thing yet? Ernie said I should wear an outfit he got in a crate in his house and dance in front of it. He thought that would scare it away. Whatever he said, please do it. I'll give it a try. Climb down the trapdoor. Okay, that's kind of annoying. The skeletons are screaming at me. And then said dance in front of fear, so sort of face, like, sort of near the archway, but in the other direction. And then, go to your emotes. And I tried using the zombie dance, or zombie walk, something like that. But, or the crazy dance, but that didn't exactly work, so apparently you're supposed to use the, sorry about that. I believe my alarm just went off. For, So, what madness is this? You are funny, yet frightening. How can this be? This makes no sense. I do not understand. Fear should be the lunge of fangs in the primal night of dread of the unknown future. But what is this? How can humor be the most frightening thing of all? Ha 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 ha. So basically there's a cutscene here. You dance and make fun of and do, yeah. I depart. Take your children back. Then go talk to Eric again. Talk to him again. You could take your costume off or not, whichever. Probably doesn't matter at this point. That floating head thing was really scary. I can't believe Uncle Eric made all that for us. He really did try very hard. We love Uncle Eric. You got rid of it and saved the children. Thank you so much. My sister would never have forgiven me if they'd been eaten alive by... It seems to be gone, yes. Ernie's plan worked. I think we should get the children back to Remington before anything else happens. You'd better come too. I owe you a reward. You and Eric lead the children back home to Remington. So there's another cutscene. And just hit click to continue. Or as I've been doing, zooming in and out. Which is what that bar is for. If you haven't already figured that out. I have a very bad feeling about what will happen when my sister finds out the whole truth. Let's see. You search the chest but find nothing. So what did you all do with Uncle Eric? Uncle Eric had dead people walking around and blood on the walls, and he summoned a big floating demon. It was brilliant, except for the dancing clown that made the demon head go away. That was silly, but the rest was the best Halloween we'd ever heard. Eric summoned a demon head? Runescape Funk helped a bit. Well... It sounds like the children enjoyed it, whatever it was. We owe you a great debt about it. Up to Uncle Eric for putting on such an amazing Halloween show. We love Uncle Eric. I really do feel I should thank Runescape Funk too for her great assistance and for her discretion. Discretion, right. I found a little memento of our adventure for you, as well as some mundane Halloween-themed rewards. Let's see what you can carry. Eric hands you a bundle of Halloween-themed rewards. And... let's see, so you get Eek. You get to keep the costume. You get 2 packs of demon heads in the colors red, green, and blue. And Eek kind of becomes like a follower that stays in your inventory. You can like hold it, talk to it. But you can't play with Eek like you could, like, what was it, 10, 15 years ago, something like that. Or maybe it was just as early as... yeah, so, like, you can have a conversation with Eek. Brilliant, you can do it. Hey, are you scared of spiders? Dag nabbit. Hahaha, I made you scared of me. I made you scared of me. That's okay. I'm not really going to eat your eyeballs. Spiders don't do that. Well, I don't think they do. I'm going to learn how to fly. I'm going to be a flying spider. How are you going to fly? I'm going to spin webs between my legs to make wings. Then I can fly. Sounds dangerous. Let's try it now. Okay, I'll spin the webs, then you throw me at the wind. Okay, 1, 3, 2, 1. Wait, I'm not ready. I don't think I've got the webs right. I'm not ready yet. We'll do that another time. Hey, are you scared of spiders? Yes, I'm scared of spiders. Oh no, I'm sorry. I've got to try not to be scary. You should just pretend I'm not a spider. Like maybe I'm an eight-legged mouse. Hello, I'm an eight-legged mouse. Squeak, squeak, squeak. I like cheese. Cats are bad. I'm definitely not a spider. Is that better? That's much better. Yay! I'll be an eight-legged mouse forever until I forget. You know what? It's great being a spider. And that's basically the end of the Halloween event. You can skip to the end of this video if you want, or because I basically just continue talking to Eek. And interacting with her. And as you can see, perhaps if you've got a big enough screen, I'm actually holding Eek out almost like the yo-yo toy. Except, hey, there are so many humans in the world. Back in my old web, there were only spiders. Suppose I was bitten by a magically irradiated man? I might become the man spider. I'd gain all the powers of man. Like, what can humans do that's special? Project heat rays from our eyes. Oh, I didn't know humans could do that. Please don't fry me with your eyes. I'm too young to fry. Ew, I got hair in my water. Let's not bring it. Oh, you can't actually interact with Eric. You search the chest but find nothing. Hey, you've only got 4 legs. How do you manage? Don't you fall over? Someone has stolen your legs. Oh no, we've got to catch the leg thief. and above. Because I must have typed it wrong. Well, once again, this is a Runescape Funk, and this is a tutorial for Runescape Old School Halloween Holiday Event of 2018. Thank you, and bye! Do, do.